All right. Who can tell me what is true about two parallel lines? Say that louder, Drew. Ah, yes. The two parallel lines had so much in common. It's a shame they will never meet. Thank you. Ellery got it. I said the two parallel lines had so much in common. It's a shame they'll never meet. Okay. So, do you see in this picture, you know what? I believe I started the lesson. Have you figured out your pencil situation? No. Okay, I have tried to give you a pencil 3 times. Can I actually give you a pencil this time? Yeah. Then will you stop bothering other people? Yeah. Thank you. Do you see these little arrows? These little arrows indicate that these two lines are parallel. Okay. When we want to write the symbol for parallel, it's like two parallel lines. Okay. Oh, what? If we have a line that intersects two or more lines, then we're going to call that a transversal. Basically, for the next 2 or 3 school days, we are going to focus on relationships when we have two parallel lines and a transversal that cuts through. Okay. So in this diagram right here, we have 2 lines that are parallel. You see that? So L and M are our parallel lines. So I'm going to write L is parallel to M. Notice how we have this is L, this is M. So it doesn't look like a 1. Okay. Then, so here's line L, here is line M, and then our transversal that's cutting through, that is line T. So what happens when we have a set of parallel lines and a transversal that cuts through is we have these really cool relationships that we need to name and talk about. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have you use another piece of patty paper during our notes today as we kind of figure out what our special relationships are. Okay. All right, so What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just highlight, here are my parallel lines. Here is my transversal. So corresponding angles are always in the same position. All right. So I am going to put a highlight. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. I want to put a highlight on angle 1 right here. In this set of angles down here, which one is in the same position as angle 1? 5. Angle 5. Okay. So what I want you to do is, I guess you don't have a highlighter. Oops. How about you circle angle 1, circle angle 5? What? No, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take your patty paper and I want you to trace angle 1. Just like that. Just angle 1. Just angle 1. Okay. All right. So now I want you to take your tracing of angle 1 and I want you to shift it down to angle 5. You didn't trace very well. Jacob, what's true about angle 1 and angle 5? They're the same. Okay. Why do you think that? Okay. So corresponding angles are always congruent. I want you to write that. Okay. So we can say, all right, angle 1 and angle 5 are congruent because they're corresponding angles. Okay. Let's talk about another pair of corresponding angles. So Noah, just pick another number that's not 1 or 5. What? 8. Noah picked 8. I'm going to circle 8 in green. Okay. With your fingers, name which angle corresponds with 8. There's only one answer. So remember, corresponding angle is in the same position. So up here, what is in the same position as 8? 4. Okay, I agree that angles 8, 6, 4, and 2 are all going to have the same measure. But if we're talking about corresponding angles, 8 and 4 are a pair of corresponding angles. 1 and 5 are a pair of corresponding angles. 2 and 2 and okay, 3 and 7. Maddie, did you get your question answered? Oh, you had your hand up. Did you have a question? Okay. Okay. Alternate interior angles. You still need your patty paper. Patty paper. Okay. So alternate interior angles are inside the parallel lines. Inside the parallel lines. So if we look at this picture, there is only 4 angles inside the parallel lines. 3, 4, 5, and 6. They're inside, like the hamburger of the sandwich. Okay. They're inside the parallel lines, but they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So if we circle angle 5 here, which angle on the inside is on the opposite side of the blue line? So it needs to be attached to the other parallel line. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. We already know that 1 and 5 are the same. So the angle that you drew, we know is going to match up with 5, right? So put it there on 5. On your patty paper. Okay, we know it matches 5. Does it match 3? Yeah. Try it. Make sure. Don't just assume. You know what happens when you assume. Are they the same? Yes. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So we know that angle 3 and angle 5 are congruent because they're alternate interior angles. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. Who can raise their hand and tell me another pair of alternate interior angles? DJ? So 2 and 8 are not inside the parallel line. So we cannot say that they are alternate interior. Okay. Okay. So Noah kind of jumped the gun there. 4 and 6 are alternate interior angles because they're inside and they're across from each other. Okay. Parallel line, transversal. Now we're going to talk about alternate exterior angles. So alternate exterior angles, same concept, but now where are our angles going to be? On the outside, like where the bread of our hamburger would be. Okay, or our sandwich, the buns of our sandwich. Okay. So I want you to look at angle 1. Angle 1 is on the outside. So what angle in the other group is on the outside, but opposite of that blue line?
7.
7. Okay, so we know that the angle that we traced matches angle 1. Go put it on angle 7. Isn't that so cool? What's happening? Stop. What's happening? All right. Angle 1 and angle 7 have the same measure. When we have alternate exterior angles, our angles are going to be congruent. Okay. Oh, Noah is saying, hey, 2 and 8 are also alternate exterior angles. Do you agree with Noah? Yep. Yep. Huh?
Oh wait, that is a 1. That was
Are you judging me now?
no,
I'm always getting judged.
Why would you judge yourself?
Okay, I'll just make her run later. She knows I have control over that. Okay, our last one is called consecutive interior. Who can describe to me what consecutive means, just in general, the word?
Repeating pattern of certain things.
Repeating pattern?
Repeating of just anything.
Okay. What would it mean if the Kansas City Chiefs won consecutive Super Bowls?
Back to back. Back to back.
Back to back. Back to back. Okay. Will it happen?
No.
Yes.
But there's always a chance. And that's what my sunrise likes. Okay. So first of all, there are only 4 interior angles, right? We've already decided that angle 5 is an interior angle. Okay. We already decided that 5 and 3 are alternate interior angles. Consecutive means back to back, but in the sense of back to back, they're on the same side of the transversal. So which angle, 3, 4, or 6 is consecutive? 4, because it has to be in that other group. 6 would be adjacent. 3 would be alternate interior. 4 would be consecutive. Okay, now the angle that we traced, we know matches angle 5. Does it match angle 4? No. Oh man, it does not. I don't know what? How does Harry know that? Well, we do know that 4 and 3 would be the same measure, right? Okay. Should get the Y there. 4 and 3 would be the same measure. We know 3 and 4 are supplementary. So consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Okay, so we know that the measure of angle 4 and the measure of angle 5 are going to add up to be 180 degrees. Okay, I am going to give you 90 seconds. 90 seconds to write the relationship of 1 through 8 given this diagram right here.
Congruent or supplementary?
So I want you to tell me alternate interior, alternate exterior. Those words. Okay. And if you want to write alternate exterior or alternate interior or consecutive interior or corresponding, you can abbreviate in that fashion. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Woo! 30 more seconds. Oh, good gracious. You're okay. You're fine, buddy.
Are we done with the question?
Yeah. Fine. Okay, angles 1 and 5. Reef, what are they? They are. What's the relationship? Alternate interior, alternate exterior, alternate exterior. And we know that they are congruent. Cool. All right. In number 2, 6 and 8. Connor, what kind of angles are those? Okay, they're congruent because what's their relationship of the 4? Corresponding, consecutive interior.
Corresponding.
Corresponding. They are in the same place. Very good. Okay. Kaylee. Angles 2 and 3. Consecutive interior. Are they congruent or supplementary? Good, awesome. Okay, next, Chiron, angles 3 and 7. Alternate interior, and they are congruent. Okay, 2 and 4. Just put the paper down. Eli, 2 and 4, what kind of angles are those? Corresponding, and we know everybody corresponding angles are? That was the lamest response. Corresponding angles are? Oh my goodness. All right, just for that, we're gonna do an activity getting you out of your seat. All right. 6 and 7, know what show? Okay, they are consecutive interior, which means they're supplementary. Okay, you get it. We don't need to be getting out of our seats. The paper that we use, just leave it be. At the end of the period, we can throw them away. I don't want to hear crumpling. I don't want to hear folding. I don't want us getting up out of our seats to throw it away. We'll do that at a different time. Ooh, 2 and 6. Ella, what kind of angles are these? Alternate interior, which means they are congruent. And then last but not least, Izzy, we have 4 and 8. What kind of angles are those? Alternate exterior. And we know that those are congruent. Okay. Okay, next page. On the next page, top of page 16, we can see that the measure of angle 1 is 68 degrees. Okay. Okay. Allison, what would be the measure of angle 8? Okay. Ian, why did Allison say angle 8 is 68 degrees? Because they're alternate exterior angles. Okay. Reese, what would you say about the measure of angle 5? Is 68 degrees. Okay. Cassie, why did Reese say that angle 5 is 68 degrees? So what's true about these two angles? What? So I agree that 1 and 8 are alternate exterior, but what about 1 and 5? These two right here. Notice how they're in the same place in this group. So if they're in the same place in this group, you can go back and look at your words. Which one means they're in the same place? Corresponding. So we know 1 and 5 are corresponding angles, so they have to be the same measure. Okay. To the library. Okay. Let's see. Henry. There's one more angle that's 68 degrees. Okay. What kind of angles, Henry, are angles 4 and 5?
The alternate interior.
Alternate interior. Very good. Okay. Now, ready for this? If angle 5 is 68 degrees, what does that mean about angle 3? 112 degrees. So we know that consecutive interior angles need to be supplementary. Okay. Ellery, give me another angle that's 112 degrees. 2. How did you get that? Oh, okay, so these two angles are vertical. A little bit of yesterday's vocabulary coming at us. Okay, Drew, what else do we know? How do you know that? What kind of angles are these? Alternate exterior, or no, they're the same. And, oh yeah, up here. DJ? All right, we know that these two are alternate interior. There's a lot of different ways to get those, right? Okay. How about you try this guy right here? You and your partner work together on getting number 2. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, here you can do it.
I'm not talking.
Are you saying I can't do it?
No.
Miss Holman, that's discouraging. Discouraging.
That's not a word.
I'm doing number 3.
Why?
Finished. I get flies.
All right, Connor, what do you have for angle 1?
134.
Zayden, angle 2. Drew, angle 3. Gabe, angle 4.
46.
Carly, angle 5. Eli, angle 6.
46.
Brooks, angle 8. Look at that. Okay, not so bad, right? Let's real quick just talk about number 4. Number 4 is a little intimidating because we have 2 different transversals. Okay, so if we look at number 4, I'm going to highlight in pink our parallel lines. I'm going to highlight this transversal blue and this transversal green. Okay, so when we're talking about our angle relationships, we can talk about angles next to the blue line, angles next to the green line, but the green and blue have nothing to do with each other. Okay, so like, this right here is 59 degrees. So that is going to help us only with 1 through 7. It has nothing to do with these angles over here. Okay, so what is the measure of angle 2? Okay, so parallel line, transversal. Okay, so only the blue line we can have relationships with. So 59 and angle 2 correspond, right? 59 is alternate interior with 3. And 59 is vertical from 6. Okay. And then angle 6 is alternate exterior from, 2, we already have that. Okay, now 59 degrees is consecutive interior with 4. So what's 4? 121? Okay. We know that 4 is alternate interior with 5. So 5 has to also be 121. We know that 5 is vertical from 7. So 7 has to be 121. And then 7 and 1 are alternate exterior. So 1 has to be 121. Okay, but those have nothing to do with angles 8 through 14. Okay. This is 104, so we know angle 13 is alternate exterior, so that has to be 104, right? We know that 12 corresponds with 104. What's the other 104 angle?
9.
It's a pretty good beat. Okay, what are the other 4 angles going to be? 80 what? No. How about 76? Okay. So for your homework that I'll be checking off tomorrow, it's page 20.